Bowen. My dear students, now we are going to start grade 7, first chapter. I know that you have learned the mathematics in grade 6 very well. I think you have learned. If you have any concern, we are doing grade 6 mathematics chapters also. We have started that also. Now we are going to start grade 7 chapters. We hope to discuss all the chapters, mathematics chapters from grade 6 to all over. Please subscribe using below subscribe button and click the bell icon. Then when we are uploading the video, you can get get the notification. Then you can study from this also. The grade 7 first chapter is Puta symmetry. Symmetry means that word symmetry කියන්නේ සමමිතිය කියලා අපි සිංහලෙන් කියන සම්මිතිය. These words are very I think these words are not familiar for you because the English you have started to study in last year in English medium. Therefore symmetry means සම්මිතිය. In this case we need to after studying this chapter we need to know, we need to have an ability to understand symmetrical plane figures, and we should have draw the axis of symmetry of a bilaterally symmetric figure. Create bilaterally symmetric figures. These we need to know. We need to have to do these three after studying this chapter. The topic is symmetry. Let's write this one, symmetry. Symmetry. The subtopic is bilateral symmetry. This bilateral symmetry is Puta. I will explain like this. Look at this. Right? This should be perfect. Right? This one. Right. This one we can fold. This we can fold from this line, like from here. When we are folding this one, this both parts should be, one part should be another one, top. That should be exactly, this edge should be exactly covered. These two shapes are same. These two areas are same. Then we are called, this is a symmetrical axis. Axis of symmetry. This is a symmetrical. This is the bilateral symmetry. Right. Look at this one also. Right. We can fold this one like this. Exactly we can fold. No any extra parts. And also we can fold like this. Exactly we can fold. This is the bilateral symmetry. There are two symmetrical axes for this. There is only one symmetrical axis for this. Difference is that only that. I think the requirement is once we are folding these two, those two parts one part should be on the other part. Exactly these two should be fit. No any extra parts, excess parts. Then these two parts areas are same, shapes are same. We are called there is a bilateral symmetry for this plane figure. That folding line is the axis of symmetry that figure. This should understand first. Okay, Buddha. Now you can understand the symmetrical figures and also bilateral symmetry. What the bilateral symmetry is? They have given explanation, very clear explanation about Hari. Okay, look at this. If a plane figure can be folded along a straight line so that you get two parts which coincide. අර මම කිය එක්ස්ට්‍රා පාර්ට්ස් තියලා හරියටම නවන්න පුළුවන් කියන එක. Coincide. That then that plane figure is defined as a bilateral symmetric plane figure. Bilateral. These two are bilateral symmetric plane figures. The line of folding is defined as an axis of symmetry of the figure. These lines are axis of symmetry of the figures. These two you need to know. Okay, Buddha. Next one. I told this also. These two shapes should be same and the area should be same. That's also requirement for the bilateral symmetric figures. If these two areas are not equal, that figure is not there is not a bilateral symmetry for that figure. That you need to understand. Right. Drawing axis of symmetry. Activity 2 they have given. You can draw that. You need to copy these figures and fold. If you can fold perfectly, they have given words called like this. They have given called work like this. Coincide, which get two parts which is coincide. These perfectly we can fold. Those are the bilateral symmetrical figures, and that folded line is the axis of symmetry, that plane figure. You can copy these shapes and you need to check whether there is bilateral symmetry or not. Do that activity at home. And also there are few plane figures in the exercise 1.1. Question number 1. There is we can see there is a bilateral symmetry. B also there is a symmetry. C, D is not a symmetry. E is not a symmetry. F is not a symmetry. G is a symmetry. There is a symmetry, that is a square. H is there is a symmetry. I no symmetry. J there is a symmetry. K and L also there is a bilateral symmetry. I think you can understand that when you are folding this, that should be perfectly. We need to fold that one. Both shapes should be same. Both shapes area should be same. Right. Okay. That I think we need to know that part. Others you can do at home. Next one, creating a plane figures having bilateral symmetry. You can take any shape, paper, and scissor. Fold that one and cut any shape from the from keeping the side of the fold inside. Then when you unfold that fold line will be the axis of symmetry. That plane figure is bilateral symmetrical figure. That fold line will be the axis of symmetry. You can do this experiment also. Do this experiment also at home. Most of the things are to do at home, Puta. Next one, drawing bilateral symmetric plane figures. You can see that one. There is a line, dotted line, and also D is from that D is 3 squared right side. You usually need to do D dash from the left side. From that line, 3 squares should be length. C is 2 squares, length is 2 squares to right side. C dash should be 2 squares left side. Like that, same distance should be from the axis of symmetry. One side, if they have given one side, other side also, a point need to get same length for the other sides. Likewise, you can draw the symmetrical figures. Okay, this is the thing we need to know. Do other exercise at home, Puta. If you have any concern, any things to raise, please comment on below the video. Then we can improve and then we can explain what this is. We don't want to expend more time for these kind of chapters. After studying this chapter, you need to have an ability to understand symmetrical, bilateral symmetrical plane figure. If it is a bilateral symmetrical plane figure, you should have an ability to fold that one exactly with same shape and the same area. That folding line will be the axis of symmetry of that plane figure. You need to have an ability to understand that. And also you should have an ability to draw a symmetrical axis of plane figures. That is folding line is the symmetrical axis. And also you should have an ability to draw axis of symmetry, draw the bilateral symmetrical plane figures. If they have given one part with the symmetrical line, other part you can draw with the same distance. That whole plane figure will be the symmetrical, bilateral symmetrical plane figure. This is the one we need to understand. We need to start from the chapter 1 in grade 7. We will meet again from the chapter 2. Until that, please do all the homeworks, all the activities, and get more understanding about this chapter. Okay, Bhutan. Hi, boy.